next level. Welcome to another edition of SchoolOwnerTalk.com. Now here's your host, Dwayne and Allie.
Hello, Dwayne Brummett here with Allie Alberigo, SchoolOwnerTalk.com. Allie, good to be with you, sir.
Good to be with you as well, and I'm super excited about our special guest, this good-looking guy here on the camera with us.
Yes. So our guest
You're
today
a silly
is
man.
He's a lifelong martial artist for 41 years, and he's an 8th degree black belt. For last 34 years, he has a very successful school that he owns. It's a multi-million-dollar 6,000 square foot, I believe, sir, 6,000 square foot facility, and he's a U.S. Marine. So thank you for your service, sir. Also, hey, I know this isn't the topic of conversation, but I want you to tell us quickly, after I get done with the rest of your intro, a little bit about the whole football, combat football system, because you've done stuff with NFL, and also colleges. So, and then you are the author of Safe Smart Kids program for martial arts school owners, and with also with Dan Kennedy, you created the Black Belt Marketing and Parenting 101, How to Raise Remarkable Kids. Obviously, you're married because you have 4 wonderful adult kids, and for the last 24 months, you've added health coaching to your school, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into the health coaching, tell us real quickly about the combat football stuff real quick.
Sure. So thank you, Dwayne. Allie, great to be here with you guys. Appreciate y'all inviting me to be on the show. It was a kind of a childhood dream of mine to be an NFL football player. I played football from the time I was in first grade all the way to freshman year in college. And by just the grace of God, my martial arts instructor when I was in the Marines got hired as the martial arts coach for the San Diego Chargers. So I was able to assist him with the Chargers out in San Diego. My instructor, Arsenio Advincula, was the Chargers coach from 87 to maybe 92. But when I got out of the Marine Corps, I came back to Louisiana, and the defensive backfield coach for the Chargers was now the defensive backfield coach for the Saints. So he hired me at the Saints. I was with the Saints for 6 years as the martial arts coach, and for 2 years under Coach Mike Ditka, I was the assistant to the defensive line coach. And then from there, players and coaches would leave and be like, hey, you got to bring in our foot skills, our hand skills guy. So I went to the Miami Dolphins, and then agents would send me players to my dojo to come train with me before the draft or in the off season. And then I coached University of Nebraska, University of North Carolina, East Carolina, University of Louisiana Lafayette, University of Virginia, Louisiana Tech. I mean, it continues to roll, because the difference maker in a football game, if you're a football person, whoever controls the tackle box wins. Everybody benches 500, everybody weighs 300, everybody runs a 4.5. Hand fighting is what happens in the tackle box, or between the defensive back and the wide receiver. So if you teach hand skills, martial arts skills, but with football technique, with the proper body mechanics, hand placement, striking, they get off blocks, they make more sacks, they make more tackles. And it's completely measurable and phenomenal. One of my good friends, Joe Kim, is the martial arts skills development coach for the New England Patriots. He's the top guy in this kind of little group of 4 or 5 of us that do this. And he got a Super Bowl ring last year before last. So it's a fantastic thing, because martial arts is fine-tuning athletic development. And I love it. I've been doing it since 91. So just about to have 30 years in the NFL and with Division I football players. And training people's great. Training athletes is greater. Testing your martial arts skill on a 300-pound athlete lets you know whether your stuff works or not. So I enjoy it. I mean, I would do it for free, but they pay me. But the colleges pay better than the pros. Pros are like, it's a privilege to be on our squad. We're only going to pay you this. All right, whatever, guys. I'm having fun. So I enjoy it a lot.
I love what you just said, because I know that when parents have come to me and said, listen, my kid can't train any longer. They're busy with football. I've always used hey, don't you think you should stay in the martial arts so they're better at football or any other sport? And I've always taught that. And I see people all the time, I'm sure you guys do as well, that are grown up and they're like, oh, my son is a star lacrosse player, or, he's on the soccer team. And I attribute his talent mostly to your martial art training. He falls, he rolls, he stands back up, et cetera, et cetera. So that's pretty amazing. I love what you just said. That's a real big deal. So, Dwayne,
parents don't get is that every division, 98% of the Division I scholarship athletes are multi-sport athletes.
Right.
They don't focus on a sport. The best wide receivers in the NFL play basketball. The best linemen and linebackers are wrestlers or martial artists or jiu-jitsu or judo guys. So it's the number one enhancement athletic endeavor there is martial arts, period.
Now, I know that we titled this interview today is how to get the best shape of your life, right? Health and best shape of your life while adding thousands of dollars to the bottom line, of your school fast with zero ongoing expense. And so I know Allie's got the first question for you, but before we do that, I just want to say that, Mike, you had reached out to me with this, and what a blessing it's been. So Allie, what's the first question for him?
Well, I just want to know, honestly, what really prompted you to add the health coaching to your school? What was the catalyst for all of this? And I know it's been amazing for you. So can you explain to everybody?
Yeah, I'd love to say that I was so smart. I knew I needed to start a virtual business before COVID, but it was completely by, I was going to be 55 2 years ago. And I said, you know what? I want to get in the best shape of my life. I want to be in the same shape I was in when I was in the Marines 37 years ago. So I searched and looked for a comprehensive program that had nutrition, mental, physiological, coaching element, and was simple and easy for me because I'm busy. I got a bunch of businesses I run, a family, and I just got a lot of stuff going on. So found the program, exceeded my expectations tremendously. And then I was like, you know what? We're 95% kids at my school. The parents love and trust us. 85% of America is overweight. I think I should take the health program that I'm doing and introduce it to I taught over 15,000 kids in the last 34 years. And I have my email list. Let me just say, hey, I found this great program. Here's what it did for me. If you'd like a simple program, I'd love to share it with you. That's how simple it is. And I couldn't keep up with the business. The first month I made $2,450 all net. Zero expenses, no marketing budget, no mastermind budget, no blah, 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 ongoing website maintenance. It's just coaching. And we're all great coaches. Martial arts instructors are the best coaches. So started sharing it because it's only for teens and above. It's not for kids. So I started sharing it with teen students. My program director got on it, got in the best shape of her life. My chief instructor got on it. My oldest son, who's played college football, got on it. So we started getting all this proof and evidence, and then parents started getting on it. So then it just grew and grew and grew and grew. So it was me, I guess a light bulb went off. And I know Allie and Dwayne, you guys are martial arts industry guys who know this from your long-term experience. Less than 1% of the population wants to come in your school. 85 to 90% of the population wants to lose weight and feel better. So I was fishing. I love martial arts. I'm an 8th Dan. I'll always be teaching. I'll always be coaching. But I was missing a large portion of people that needed me, that needed a positive mentor, that needed a weekly check-in call, that needed health and well-being and hope restored to them. So that's why we added it to our school, because I wanted to fill a need that I kind of noticed. And then people were, the thing when you start something, for me as a person of faith, if there's favor on something I'm doing immediately and the people I'm working with are overwhelmed with gratitude because of their results, I know I'm in the right place. And it just has continued to scale and explode from there.
Now you
Wow.
said that the initial results were like the first month or two, because $2,400, right? What now being 24 months later? What's this? You say you talk about it being scalable, and you don't have to say exactly what you make. That's not my intent there. But as other martial arts, but listen, as martial arts school owners, we want to know the bottom line. What's in it for me, because that's what everybody asks, right? So like from a martial arts school owner standpoint, what's the time frame that it would take, and then what's the value monetarily?
Sure. So, and what you're talking about is super important. It's anybody, right? Rate of return on cash invested, ROC, is very important to understand. But there's also a rate of return on energy and time invested. Now, I know some people that are on the call, and maybe probably you guys as well. I ran a very big, very profitable summer camp for many years. It exhausted my team, hired other team members. It was a ton of work, but we got some income from it. Not a bunch of income, because you got buses, you got field trips, you got extra insurance, you got extra staff, you got extra marketing. I grossed 65 grand in the summer, but I only kept like 15 or 20 of it. So the beautiful thing about this program is to become a health coach and to join the team, it's $199. That's the investment. That gets you your website, your back office, your coach training, your mentor, everything you need to launch it in your school. And depending on what you want to grow, Dwayne, is really the time question. I spent about an hour a day for the first month and signed up, 24 people and made $2,450. Then I found an extra 30 minutes a day, because it was wow. That's pretty cool. I'm making $100 an hour the first month I'm doing this. So then I added an extra 30 minutes and cut my lunchtime a little shorter and did a couple of calls with some people. And then we went to $3,500. And I was like, I can do 30 minutes when I get home from the dojo, a couple of check-in calls. And then I got to 2 hours a day, and then I'm going to like $5,000, $6,500 a month. So to say your point, energy invested, people served, that's the apex of financial return. You want to succeed, as Zig Ziglar said, in life, help more people get what they want in life. The more people I help restore their health and well-being, the better my business does. So we don't know what we're going to do this month, because we still have 10 days left, and it's an amazing month. But last month, our 23rd month health coaching, and I'm doing it about 3.5 hours a day maybe now, we made about $18,000 net deposited in our bank account.
And that's
with
a $199 overhead, right? Per year.
Right. So the first year we made $115,000. This year we're on track to do probably about $185,000 to $195,000 for a $199 investment. We're going to make 300 grand in the first 2 years. Now, I got to say, that's results not typical. I am a Marine. I'm from New Jersey. I go eyeballs deep in education, and I do what my mentor tells me to do. I'm a go server, go giver, go getter. So people are like, well, Mike, I'm looking at my leaderboard, my top 15 coaches, all over the country. Indiana, California, Georgia, Wisconsin, New York, Virginia, Southwest Louisiana, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware. They're all making over $4,500 a month, and all of them but one have a martial arts school. And some of them are just doing it. Hey, I just want to pay my mortgage with it, Mike. I just want to save for my kids' college. I just want to fix up my retirement account's not big enough. And other people are like, wow, this is saving my school during the reduction in student time. So I think it's the right opportunity at the right time for people that can, like we did, it fits in. I'm a transformation coach. Allie's a transformation coach. Dwayne's a transformation coach. Everybody on this call is, this kid has better grades in school, has more confidence, is more coordinated, isn't being bullied any longer. So being a health coach, this person's off their high blood pressure med, cholesterol meds, CPAP machine, they're sleeping better, they have more energy, they have better neural pathways, they have more moods, more hope. I love being a part of that catalytic moment in people's lives. The money's a bonus, but the money, like, I have karate students from 3 different towns around my 6,000 square foot facility, maybe 4 different towns. We have health clients in 42 different states. It's a borderless business.
Right. Yeah. And
So,
I remember,
it's ever
go
growing
ahead.
market.
Yeah. And what I liked was you reached out to me before COVID ever hit. And I was, I think, 215 pounds at that time. And, you basically asked me, and I forget the initial conversation, but something like, is being healthier and losing weight, is that something that you're interested in? And I had done a different program a couple of years ago and lost weight, of course, gained it all back. And so, of course, I was asking you, what's the difference with this compared to the other ones? And this is such a, and I don't want to use the word holistic because I don't really know if it describes it well enough, but the habits of health that are taught in this system are totally different than what I had done before. What I had done before was just eating and learning how to eat correctly, quote unquote. But this totally filled in the gaps. And on top of that,
how much weight have you dropped, Dwayne? How much weight have you dropped to date?
Yeah, so I went from 215 all the way down to 175.
And you look like 10 years younger too, bro.
Well, when I look
do,
at those
you
other
do.
pictures, yeah. And I'm not
Yeah,
the
it's a
type of person to
comprehensive
take
system.
pictures in the gym, but I will tell you that I did take my shirt off about a couple of weeks ago because my friend missed our workout together. I took my shirt off and I turned it towards the mirror, and took a shot, and I was pointing at him with my shirt off, and I was like, "You're supposed to be here," that type of thing. And I never do that. That's
fun,
just not me.
That's good.
Yeah, but so alongside of that, while everybody was gaining weight over COVID, I was losing weight over COVID. And you on our initial call, when we talked about it, you say, okay, great. You want to do it? Let's do it. Have you ever thought about this as an add-on to your martial arts business for $199? Voila. And my gosh, that has been one of the easiest, we spend time coming up with ideas, or we spend money on different products to do an upgrade program for our school. And those upgrade programs are targeting the people that are already paying us money.
Or already
why not have but why not have a separate program, right, that hits the other, what you talked about, 85% that need us? And so to me, that was a no-brainer. Now, you did not read my name. So full disclosure, I am a coach. I decided, because of you, I decided to, share the love, to pass it on. But you did not read off Illinois in that line of people that are top coaches with you, because I farted around with this, and I just
got
kind
a
of
lot
played
going
with it and
on,
coached
like
a couple
everybody
people.
else.
Yeah, but no excuses, right? No excuses. I just I just, full disclosure, I did not get on the ball quick enough with regards to doing what I was supposed to do. I just kind of dabbled a little bit, and now, oh my gosh, it just in the past week. Well, you've because you have access to my info. You've seen what I've done in the past week and a half, and I've got, like you said, I got 10 days left in the month.
Yeah. Well, there's no new skill set to learn as a martial arts instructor to implement this in your school. It's just a new process, and the process will help your school too, because the phone procedures, the scripts, the celebrations, the touch points with the program can completely change and improve how you connect with your students and your families. But it's not, yes, we ask people, is this the right time for you to make a decision for your health? But we're not selling it. In the 34 years I've owned my dojo, I've had to sell martial arts to parents, had to tell them why they should be our student. You show people enough results with health and well-being, let them know they're going to have a supportive coach, supportive community, and a system that's simple and easy to follow. They sell themselves. They're all in because they know they need it. And especially like our business grew, and We grew 22% in March when COVID hit, 25% April over March, 28% May over April, 32% June over May, 36% July over June, 39% August over July. That's what my health coaching business has done during this uncertain pandemic time. And because that's people's awareness now, is that if you have type 2 diabetes or obesity and you get COVID, you have a 95% chance of death. Those are the comorbidities that most people have. So
Well,
people
you know,
are not
look,
like,
I was
hey,
just-
people are not like, hey, I need to lose weight to look good in my bathing suit for my class reunion or whatever. They're like, I need to lose what, like gastric bypass surgeries are through the roof. People are like, I need to lose weight, or if another virus comes around and there's going to be more pandemics, I'm at risk. It's a health, well-being issue, not just how you look and feel, which is big. That's important. People want to feel good. But the program, because it's all clinically, scientifically based, created by doctors, better sleep, better brain function, more energy, more focus. And because you're switching a metabolic system, the fat just comes off you. No intense exercise.
Well, and it couldn't have come for
Exercise is the
at
worst
a
way to
better
lose
time
weight.
because I
Right.
was working 10 times harder during COVID than I did even
Right.
building the business. So even without that, if I not had the the system and doing what I was supposed to be doing, I wouldn't have had the energy to do it. Now, you brought up the fact that there's going to be other pandemics. This one isn't even over. I mean, you look what happened or what's happening in Europe. They're starting to shut things down in Europe. I know in our county in Illinois, there's 2 counties where we're paired up with the other one. And come this Friday, all bars and restaurant indoor dining and indoor bars are all closed again. So
it's coming.
It's not over.
It's coming. All the states are spiking, but 2, I think Maine and somebody else. It's coming, and I think that
believe
one of my favorite
it or not,
markets-
New York is doing really well. Shockingly enough, we're doing better than
That's
most,
good.
which is insane. But
It
yeah,
might have been because you guys shut down longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be a combination of many things. Again, I wonder what they're considering the spikes to be. I mean, I see that testing is through the roof, so more people are showing up with it, but the death rate is to the lowest that it's ever been. So they're learning how to treat better. They're learning how to take care of people better, and a lot of that is a positive sign. So who knows? But
Yeah.
so I have a question though on this. Is it the one thing that I'm unclear of, and maybe the listeners are also unclear of? Is it a diet plan that you follow, or is it a plan where you get food shipped to you and they set you could choose your diet? And how does it actually work? Like, what does a client do? Like, what do they tell us a little bit about the process.
Well, it's a great question. So everything starts with an individual health assessment, because we have 9 different programs based on doctor clinical findings, National Institute of Health, Johns Hopkins University, LSU, just tons of university studies. So the program depends on the health assessment. Some people do, it comes 4 components: coach for accountability and celebration, massive hundreds of thousands online community. You got to be around like-minded people going for the same goal to see you're not doing a solo thing. The Habits of Health Lifestyle Transformation System with your life coaching manual. Because until you change habits in psychology, diets don't work. Diets are things you go on and off of once you reach your goal. What people need for lifelong health is a new mindset, understanding their reference point, understanding their conditioning, understanding the obesetic culture we live in, and how to stop, challenge, and choose and make different choices and better choices. And then there is a nutritional fueling component, but that depends on where the person's needs are. Some people have half of their nutritional things shipped to their house. Some of them have 2/3. Some of them have 80%, depending on their goals. Because what people need is simple, structured, done for you with quick wins. I lost 22 pounds my first month, eating 6 times a day without exercising. And I'll be 57 in a few months, and my skin is like ridiculous glowing, because your skin is a mirror of your gut health. So the probiotics that are included make a big difference in people's skins. So to answer your question, Ali, yes, it comes with coaching, community, education, fantastic support, and a piece of it is nutritionally created matching clean protein, clean carbohydrates called green labeled, no artificial sweeteners, preservatives, colorings, flavors, and probiotics and vitamins and minerals added. There is a portion of that, because if I had people do what my wife has always done, it's like 10 hours of meal prep on the weekends. People that need to lose 30, 40, 50, 80 pounds and are working full time or 2 jobs with wife, with a husband and kids, and they don't have time for that. It's mind boggling. So they get caught in decision fatigue. And when we get decision fatigue, we make no decision. We take no action. So the program's designed to give people quick wins, quick structure, easy to do, and as they grow in confidence and health, slowly turn over as they're ready. They set the pace. Are you ready to add another lean and green to your prep or purchase program? Yeah, I'm ready to do another one, Coach Mike. Okay, great. So let's go ahead, another one. Let's start your training.
Knowing what to eat, not diet necessarily, or what to restrict to eat, your program will then show them or give them the tools they need to prepare their food, or they can buy the food and sets it up for them. So it takes all the guesswork out, and it eliminates 100%. A lot of error that way. So that's pretty interesting. So now what about as far as the people who are getting involved? I know of a bunch of really successful school owners that are actually working with you, Dwayne being one of them, but one of them is from my area. I know that I read, I think it's John Bassard. I don't know if he's one of your guys.
He
didn't want to stop. What was that?
And he got, just so you know, that picture he posted with his 8-pack.
Yeah. Yeah. So
probably earned us about 10 new clients and about $1,500.
Yeah. He said in that particular write-up, he said that he didn't want to not exercise. And I want to point that out because he particularly wanted to keep up muscle mass. So he kind of had to slightly alter it to stay working out at the gym so that he could build muscle mass simultaneously. But what I find super interesting is you mentioned that you don't have to exercise, and you get in for the first month or so, you actually almost encourage just diet, nutrition, mindset, and not exercising. And people are getting in the best shape of their lives. They're building muscle.
Sure.
They're getting leaner. They're showing muscles that they've never seen before, that they've been hidden under layers of fat. So maybe you could kind of share a little bit about that with the listeners too.
So other than walking, because walking is the best exercise, everybody in the I teach Okinawan karate. Everybody in the Okinawans are the longest living race of people on the planet. They walk everywhere. They have a great ikigai, their purpose, family. They're always gardening, working, doing something. They're active. So the lie that we've been told by marketing companies is that you need to go to a high intensity interval training boot camp. But if you just pay attention when you go to the gym and you get on a stair climber or a treadmill, there's 3 things. The green zone at the bottom says fat loss zone. That is 180 heartbeats per minute minus your age. Then there's strength training zone, and then there's cardio zone. So as you get more and more intense, you knock your body out of fat burn, and you activate psychological and physiological hunger desires, both mentally and I worked out every day this week for an hour. I deserve a freaking pizza. No, you don't. You can't out-train poor nutrition. So 85 to 90% of your health and well-being is what goes in your mouth, what you eat and drink. And I would also say what goes in your ears and your eyes, right? Those are the portals to your soul, your brain, your spirit, what you listen to, what you watch. And that's all part of our coaching program too. Environmental impact and inputs. But have you ever heard the Chinese story is that you can't ride 2 horses at once? Or from Karate Kid. Karate yes, karate no. No, karate guess so. Sooner or later, get squished like grape. terrible Pat Morita imitation, sorry. But when you get into a program, if you're trying to add, this is scientifically proven by Harvard, Stanford, everybody. If you're trying to add too many habits, you will fall flat on your face. We save the exercise habit, scientifically reasoned and explained in your Habits of Health book and by us as coaches. I'm a certified health and wellness coach, by the way, through Villanova University, which everybody can get certified to do that with. This is the habit. Eat every 3 hours, 6 times a day. The proper protein, carbs, clean, healthy fats. Drink 64 ounces of water. Go to bed at a consistent bedtime. That's all I need you to do in phase 1. Go for a walk with your dog. Go for a walk with your partner, your spouse. Now, in phase 2, I'm adding back exercise. But the way you're supposed to do exercise. Exercise for health and longevity is different than what we've been taught. Like, the problem is like CrossFit and high intensity interval training and boot camps and all this stuff. If you're a professional athlete or an MMA fighter or a competitive triathlete, do that stuff. If you're a martial artist or a person or an executive or a stay-at-home mom or a dad with a job, that's a different kind of training. High intensity interval training and intense training is going to get you injured. It's going to break down your joints and muscles. It's going to prematurely age you, and it's going to wreck your metabolism. It's garbage, scientifically proven. So moderate to low exercise is the key to health. Longest living thing on our planet is a Galapagos tortoise. You watch how it moves? That high intensity cycle workout in the morning, right when you wake up, terrible for you. But I want to be stronger. Great. Slow, intense, heavy exercise, very slow, negative. And I get to train with pro football teams all the time. I get to see what they do in rehab. I get to see how they coach the guys. There's strength training and there's explosion training. 2 different trainings. Speed training.
Right.
3 different trainings.
Right. Yeah. Now, Mike, I know that we want to be respectful of your time. I'm not sure if you can hear us or not because I think your earbuds went out. We could hear you via speakerphone, so I think your phone switched over to speaker. But anyways, we want to be respectful of your time because I know that you're quite busy. Allie, do you have any additional questions for Mike?
I had one comment because he mentioned the tortoise. It reminded me of my yoga teacher. His name was Swami Buaji. He passed away at 124 years old. So I'd often be sitting with Swami, and he, up until the day he passed away, he was doing yoga and healthy. He had no problem getting around and moving, a vegan and all this other stuff. But what it reminded me of when he said that was, there would be times that I'd be talking to him and he would close his eyes and I would think that he fell asleep. And I'd stop talking and he would say, why did you stop talking? And I'd say, oh, I thought you fell asleep. He says, no, I'm just conserving energy. How do you think I lived so long? And
That's beautiful.
It was amazing. That was what I thought of when you talked about the tortoise. So that was pretty interesting.
And so you just, I love that story, by the way. I'm going to use it too. And I'm going to start, okay, hang on, I'm closing my eyes, guys.
Yeah, he would sit and listen, like he'd relax and sit and listen, and totally so stressless. Like, what an amazing individual! But he would always say, "I'm just conserving my energy." He said he only would sleep 2 hours a night because most of his waking time was meditating and relaxing, like he did. So he didn't need as much sleep, and he used to say in the laying down positions, he said sometimes I would be eyes open sleeping. He would say things like that, which is kind of interesting, all about energy conservation and so on. So it's pretty cool. But Dwayne, no, that's it. I thought this was very informative, so maybe you could finish up.
Yeah, I just want to, look, if you're a martial arts school owner, and I want to be respectful of Mike's time because he's got to go. So first off, thank you, sir, for being on this call with us. Secondly,
oh, my pleasure.
People need help.
We have the help for them.
In adding this into their school, right? If somebody's interested in adding this into their school, or first off, you need to, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys need to be a consumer of the product too, so that you know what the product
is. Well,
yeah,
you can't tell people that you can help them get in the best shape of your life, and you've got that your belly's hanging over your black belt. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right, we call that the credibility gap. So when you have the
Yes,
credibility
sir.
gap there, right? So, but if somebody's interested, one, like I just said just a little bit ago, because of this, I'm interested. I love to be able to pay it forward. And so if you're interested in losing weight, getting fit, and adding this program into, your school, just reach out to me and let me know. I'd be happy to help you. And
Sure.
Mike is kind enough to, help us along as well. And what I mean by that is, yes, Mike's my coach, and I would be helping you as your coach, but you wouldn't be alone because Mike would be helping you as well. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As Mr. Storm, I
Happy
appreciate
to
that.
help anybody that raises their hand and makes a decision. And if you haven't read that book yet, read the book, The Power of Decision. Everybody on the call, that's when things change and everything lines up to give you the power and the strength and the resources and the people you need. But if I can help in any way, Dwayne, happy to do it. Everybody, what a pleasure to be here with you, Allie and Dwayne. I've known Allie for, 25 plus years. Dwayne and I have been friends for a few years now, and just such a pleasure to be in an industry that cares about leveling up people's lives. And now we have a new tool to do it in a much wider place in the number one problem of our time, which is health and well-being and obesity and stress. And it's all covered in the program. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you too as well. Have a
Thank you,
great
sir.
day.
Fantastic day. Bye, Dwayne.
Take care, sir. Bye, Dwayne.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.